Hi, hello everyone. Hope you're doing good. Okay, welcome to my channel Techify with Adil. So today we will be starting a new topic about Excel. So I'll be creating this as a playlist so you can view the topics under that. So we will start from the basic, like explaining about the tabs and each options available in the Excel till some advanced levels like a pivot table and for using formulas and all those stuffs. So we will try to cover all the basic stuffs till advanced level, whatever is being used in our day-to-day activities. Like Excel got a lot of options. Like till developer state, we have a lot of options. So we will try to cover everything that will be useful for us to work in our endpoint management or some system administration work, or which creates the basic data analytics and do some some stuff of data analysis so that you can prepare data for you to work with. So let us start from the basic part. Okay, here so as I mentioned, we will be covering the Excel from basic to advanced part here. So we will cover all the topics, whatever is necessary for us to do a basic analysis and to maintain our data. So here you can see the first we will discuss on the licensing. That's very important part. So actually, always know lot of us have small confusions with this licensing, because Microsoft, they keep on changing also their way of licensing their products. So initially, I think who already been working for some years for as a system admin or all those things, they would have known about this OEM and volume license. So when the new device has been manufactured and when procure that, the device will come with some kind of software. So that software, if it's licensed, say we have Microsoft Office in that, and if that's licensed, then that is under the category OEM. And now mostly no manufacturer provides this. So it will be either trial version of like 30 days, or this request subscription, just they have installed the product. So will be of these categories currently. Then the second thing, the volume license is no, last time we used to buy the license like 10 license, 100 license, and we can keep we can enabling the key, we input the license key and enable the product. So that's the volume license key option. Now most of the companies and even individual users are gone for subscription basis. So Microsoft pushing everything into subscription. So either earlier this was called as Office 365, and now they changed name to Microsoft 365, M365 or 365 license. It's just called with different names. So important part with this is it's subscription based and it is tagged to the user ID. So if I have an email Microsoft account, I subscribe that. May say example I have 5 license for that, then I use that ID to enable or to uh, no to key in my ID, then enable the license for 5 devices. So I'll be using that same ID. So it's tagged to that ID. So in previous state it was different. It was tagged to the hardware. So maybe you have come across sometimes yeah, like installations like some special software like VCO project like that. Then they will need to uninstall it to install back to the new things. So those are tagged to the hardware IDs. This is tagged to our user ID. That's one big change Microsoft has brought in. So this M365 subscription, they got different types like home, business, and enterprise. So home is like a normal usage, like it will contain the Word, Excel, PowerPoint, so very basic tools only. The business enterprise contains storage. We have analytical tools and other advanced options as well. The difference between the business enterprise is the number of users they cover. So business, I think currently they cover up to 300 users, if I'm not wrong. The enterprise is like covers the entire organization. They can have a big organizations and number of users, so it can cover the whole thing. And they have higher options of storage and this tools with higher subscriptions, all these kinds. So this is all about the basic ideas on on license. Yeah, and one more thing is still 2019 and Microsoft Office 2021 license, retail license is still available. So once they end of life, then I don't think anymore Microsoft is going to give you any retail license. Everything will be under subscription already. Same like the previous version. Once it's end of life, then they never bring in any new retail licenses. So we will just now go to the Excel, then we just start doing the Excel stuff. Okay, so this is our Excel sheet. So usually Excel for me is like a book. So like we have a normal notebook, right? So writing notebook, paper notebook. So it's your Excel book is compared to a notebook. So the sheets inside is like the papers in your notebook. So you can create any number of number of sheets you need. You can and if you need another new book, then you just create a new workbook, then have sheets inside the workbook. So it's very similar to the notebook. So for the first timers or very basic users, just to give you an idea. Then the home tab. So usually when you'd have all these basic tabs in your Excel. So the home tab usually contains all kind of basic things like cut, copy, paste, then format printer. Okay, this format printer is something like say you have an this is a normal default uh, format of the text we give in. So say I have making some changes like something like this, then I am doing another Excel, so where I do my entering some data inside. So I want to change this, so I still have to do back the same thing. Instead of doing back the same thing, I just select the cell, copy it. So I can not just copy the data, can also copy the data's format, can just copy paste the data format. Same like our word also has this option. So this will be your font options like font type, bond, uh, italics, no bold, underlining, all those stuffs. Then you're covering your borders for the cell, then alignments, numbering, like you can have any. So just you have some number, then this is a general number. So you want it to be a number format, you want it to be a currency, you want it to be a short date, no long date, percentage. So you can do changes. So by default will be on general. Then formatting, so format as table, then cell types and conditional formatting. This we will cover as a separate topic, because this conditional formatting is like you can create rules, so that based on the rules the cells type, or you can make the cell to change color, or the words in the data to change color. You can do all those things. You can use it for data analysis. Each time you don't need to go check over, like you can easily find it out. So this is for your editing, like filtering. All this filtering is still also will cover this in a separate topic. Then this is normal formatting, like this example I have it this way. Then I can change based on the need. So normal is the default size, so maybe my content may be bigger, my content may be smaller. So if I want to change it, then I can use this option instead of dragging it. You can also manually drag it. So just to avoid manually dragging one by one, you just choose select the rows or column, then you can just go over to do the formatting. So rename sheet, move, and everything you can do on this. And still okay, the next be the inserting is just you insert chart, pivot. So still we will cover this under different topics, because this is more mostly used tools, and also needs detailing. So this all needs the pivoting, and also inserting charts are more uh, for presentation purposes, and for also normal data analysis we can use these topics. So we'll cover it separately. Then page layout is like very basic thing, same as how we use in our word, like margin, size, and all those things and everything. It's very similar to the word how we use it. Then formulas, yeah, will this is one of the strongest tool in Excel, which makes you to do which makes you often use the Excel. The main purpose for me to use Excel is like this pivot, like this formulas, all those things, chart, and all this is the important thing which makes us to use the Excel. So we can give some formulas and make we get the results. So the results can be auto refreshing also always. So we will cover this also in a separate topic, more detailed. And data along with our, as I mentioned before, along with the filter, then we will also add on this getting, we can also import data from other files. You want it from a database, from like SQL server database, anything, you can also import it over. Even from Azure you can import it over. Power platforms, Dataverse, you can import any online services like SharePoint. You have it in your 365, you can still import it over. Like from web, like any data source you have, you want to import the data, then you can just import it over. So they have a very vast range of options for you to data import. So they don't want to narrow down the options, so they have every options available to import the data. Then for review, okay, here mostly the thing will be to review is like you check the accessibility, like check spelling. No, you review your data. And just if you want to protect the sheet, like you don't want anybody to open your sheet, then you can just go for the uh, protect workbook. Then you want to protect sheet, so unwanted changes, like say example, in some cases we will need to save the, because now most of the data has become cloud SharePoint thing. So you want to save it there, then multiple of your colleagues or users will be accessing to that. Maybe they want to enter their own data they, and by mistake there's a possibility that they uh, edit yours or someone else data. Maybe they delete or do something. So just to avoid that, if you want to prevent them from others from editing, then you can do this protect sheet option. And also in some cases you want them to only allow edit in particular row or particular column. The rest of the rows and columns you need to be protected also, you still can use that. Like you can choose the cells, then you can protect it with the formula. Like you can choose which cells, then you just give the formula to protect that.